It's The Big Show on your favourite local radio station. It's Alex Belfield talking to the biggest stars, and we're here with a brand new group who I think are tremendous. We've got Stephen, Olly, Jules and Dom from Blake. Nice to talk to you.
Hi. How you doing?
We'll start with you, Stephen. Now, you're very posh, aren't you?
Some people might think that.
Why is it then you haven't got any clothes?
On the start of this, we're currently doing a bit of a radio tour, and we flew from London up to Glasgow. All of our bags were left in London. So waited till the next day, and they brought up 3 of the bags, but they left mine. Then they said they were going to send it to Manchester, then Newcastle, then Leeds, and it never got to any of those destinations. So I'm actually going back to London now, and they're going to send my luggage back after me. So that's why I haven't got any clothes.
And smell?
Yeah, apparently so as well. The others are keeping away from me at the moment.
Whose clothes are you wearing at the moment then? Is this a variation of all the guys?
Well, the jeans are mine, the shirt is mine, and socks are somebody else's. I think boxer shorts might be somebody else's as well.
That's all very personal, isn't it, Olly? We're going to talk about the band now. We played a track to come in with, and we're going to end with a track. You're very Il Divo-esque, but you're very different because, A, you're all British, and you seem to take yourself less seriously than Il Divo, although I'm a big fan of theirs.
Well, that's right. I mean, they're good lads. We haven't met them yet, but you can't take yourself too seriously in this business. I mean, this is music. This is entertainment after all. You've got to be entertaining. You've got to be. I mean, I used to be probably a very stuffy, sort of upright classical musician. I think one day you wake up and realise, why aren't you doing something fun, and why aren't you doing something that everyone wants to listen to? And much as I used to love singing Schubert Lieder and playing Bach fugues, you can't do that forever because no one's going to, want to listen to you doing that. So, this is something that we do because we love it, and we aren't selling out completely, and we aren't trying to do something which is miles away from classical music. We're just trying to do classical music that is popular and that people want to hear. And we're also mixing in popular stuff as well, I mean pop music, but at the same time not trying to do it in an operatic way, because it doesn't need that.
I think there's been certain groups that have fallen by the wayside where they've tried Queen songs, for example, and operacized them, and it, to me, just doesn't work. It becomes almost ridiculous, and I think you almost lose your integrity as well.
Completely, it becomes totally square. There's no need to do that, because basically what you're saying is that the only way you can sing like that and people are going to listen to it is if you bring it down to their level and play music and sing music that they want to listen to for the music's sake. They don't. People like music, and music has integrity when you sing it with the style that it demands for each piece. When we're doing a Beach Boys cover or a Jeff Buckley cover, you have to treat it with the respect it deserves. And the Beach Boys, I'm a massive Beach Boys fan, huge. I went to see Brian Wilson when he finally got his album Smile together at the Festival Hall about 3 years ago, and it was the most amazing concert I've probably ever been to, and grown men were crying when he was there, sort of singing Surf's Up and things like that. You've got to treat these things with the respect that they deserve. For a start, we had behind us a 60-piece orchestra, the Royal Philharmonic. So rather than, I mean, we had, the principal horn soloist of them playing the horn solo at the beginning. So, and then at the very end, in fact, we got rather excited and wanted to put in all the different little instruments. And there's a bit of us, actually, the group, playing a very out-of-tune piano at the end, which is meant to sound like a banjo. And, things that we really listened to and we tried to, adopt it, but we weren't trying to be a tribute band. It's a homage, and we've tried to do it in our own style, but without losing the upbeat nature of the original piece.
All right, we'll talk to Jules now. The great thing about you guys is you're all in your mid-20s. None of you look like me, deeply unattractive. Did you have to be gorgeous?
What a question. I don't know. I didn't make the decisions, but I guess we obviously there is an element of the visual in this thing. It's very flattering to have been asked to do this and to get a record deal. For us, it's, what am I supposed to say? For us, it's about the music, and we worked very, very hard on the album, which we're really, really proud of. And I was just saying earlier, I don't think I could be promoting this album unless we were really, really happy with it, and I think we are really happy with it. So,
how are you enjoying talking to idiots like me at the moment and going around all the different radio stations and doing TV? Presumably it's still exciting at this point.
Oh, it's great because it makes us sound really clever. And it's really good fun. I mean, we're having this, you have the same conversations, but it's always different because it's always with a different person. I've been to cities I haven't been to in the last couple of weeks. It's great when you have DJs and journalists who are behind you and believe in you and really want to sell your cause, and you know, we're having great fun taking it around the country and hopefully reaching out to a lot of people.
At the moment, presumably you can live your lives without being noticed. For Il Divo, I interviewed them very early on. I was one of the first people to interview them. 6 months later, when I did them again, they'd got security, they got 1 million people around them, and they literally had 100 people waiting outside the building as they came in. It can happen very quickly, and I think you'll probably know within the next few months whether it's worked or not.
I think, this is, I mean, we've said it before, but you do have to take each day as it comes. It's a cliche, but it's just true in this case. We do not have any idea what we're going to be doing in a month's time from now or 6 months' time from now. All we can do is to go out there and let people know about the album, let people hear us sing live, and just show them, you know, the characters we are. And from the back of that, if people enjoy it, and you know, if there are going to be 100 people outside the front of the building in some point in the future, that would be fantastic. But we're not preparing for that. We're not getting the security ready in the wings just yet.
How do you sum up what you do? What is the type of music, and who are you aimed at?
I think realistically, the type of music, to give it its genre name, is classical crossover, which essentially means it's going to be classical music mixed in with pop music. Looking at the album, for instance, half of the tracks there, over half of them are classically inspired tracks, and just under half are popular tracks. So in essence, that's what we're providing. Other ways to describe it, I suppose, is that we choose a very eclectic mix of music, so that it's not a whole album of classical or a whole album of popular. I think that's probably the best way to put it.
Well, you see, Stephen, listening to you, I'd think you were singing madrigals, and then, you know, Jules, I'd look at you and think you were singing pop music, because you're very different, aren't you?
We are very different, and
Jules is the Peter Andre of the band.
Shut up. But you're right. I do have a six-pack. No,
yeah, right.
No, you know, there are moments. There are moments on the album when we do get to use very poppy sounds, and you know, that one of our lead tracks, Yoti Voyamar, there's a big kind of little poppy section going on there, and I personally really enjoyed that. I've got a lighter kind of voice, and I guess that would be my forte. You know, we've got this classical training, and for me it was mainly when I was younger. I was a chorister. I know it's a bit geeky, but I was, and I don't know, I've had the kind of classical experience and then slightly put it behind me, and it became an actor, and obviously enjoy all the things in terms of music that 20-year-old young blokes do enjoy. And I think that the album is a representation of that mix of the kind of classical experience and the love of modern pop music.
Guys, we're going to get you to sing live. Okay. It's been really nice talking to you, and I suppose now I'll never get to talk to you again because you'll become massive. Now, do you need to get in position? Are you all right sat down, or do we have to be stood up?
I'm going to kneel, if that's okay.
Why don't we start for this one? Yeah.
All right. Okay, we're here today with the guys from Blake. What are you going to sing for us?
We are going to sing Hallelujah, made famous by Jeff Buckley and featured, I believe, in the Shrek film as well, the first Shrek film.
Well, I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift, the baffled king composing Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Maybe there's a God above, but all I ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. And it's not a cry you can hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Guys, that was tremendous. Thank you so much for talking to me. Thanks for coming on the programme.
Thank you.
Blake's new CD is in the stores now.